Hi, I'm Colorado State Senator John Morse, currently the Senate Majority Leader. Thank you for taking an interest in my bills. This is Senate Bill 241, DNA upon felony arrest. This is a really critical bill that is going to save many lives over the coming years. Right now, before this bill goes into effect, we don't take DNA samples from folks until they're convicted of a felony. But the truth is, many sex offenders and homicide suspects and serial rapists and serial murderers get in trouble with the law in areas other than sexual assault and murder, and come in contact with law enforcement, get arrested for things like check fraud, for example. Well, what this bill does is say when you get arrested on a felony, that's when we're going to take your DNA, which is just a swab of the cheek, so it's not invasive in any way. And so we'll take the DNA then, process you for your check forgery, for example, book you into jail, let you bond out if that's what's happening, but in the meantime we can be looking at your DNA and matching it to old cases, and if in fact there is a match, we can keep you in jail and charge you with that new crime at the same time, and you don't get out, you don't get the opportunity to re-offend. Because there have been too many situations where people have committed felonies, not been convicted yet, while they were out during processing for the trial or whatever, they committed other horrible crimes, including rape and murder. This law is actually called Katie's Law, and it's named after Katie Seppage, and that's exactly what happened to her in New Mexico. She was killed by a guy that had done this before, murder and rape, and had been arrested between those murders and rapes for something else, but his DNA wasn't taken, so he was released pending the trial on that something else, because we didn't know about those other murders and rapes yet. Got out, raped, and then killed Katie, and then was found eventually. So the object of this law is to make sure, frankly, that never happens again. We don't always have DNA, but when we do, this will be life and death critical. But the truth of the matter is there's almost always DNA left at a scene. Now, whether we can collect it and preserve it is a different question, but often we think about fingerprints, and fingerprints are not always left at a scene, but DNA is. And so this will really help us solve cold cases and help us prevent in the future letting people out that we had the habeas gravius on at one point. We can keep the habeas gravius on them and charge them with the crimes that they've done. So again, in summary, we will collect the DNA upon arrest instead of waiting for conviction. It's taken us a little while to collect the fees, to actually have the money to be able to do this, so hopefully we'll collect the first of this DNA starting October 1st of 2010, even though the bill went into effect July 1st, 2009. And that will be a very good day in the history of Colorado criminal justice. So we're extremely proud of this bill. Thank you so much for taking the time to think about it, look at it, watch this video, think about friending me on Facebook, think about leaving a $5 contribution on your way out of the website, because remember, money has to be in politics, but the way to get big money out is to get little money in. Thank you again for your attention.